Yo, what's good? Errol Spence stops Lamont Peterson at the end of the seventh round. So technically, it would be an eighth round TKO corner stoppage. You could tell Lamont wanted to continue, and his corner really didn't want to stop it. But he was getting whooped. He was losing every single round. He could have possibly continued, but there was really no point in continuing. Errol Spence, man, there is probably no nickname as accurate as Spence's. The truth. Errol Spence is the truth. And just like Terrence Crawford, just like I'm such a huge fan of Terrence Crawford, I'm a huge fan of Errol Spence because they come to fight, they come to win, and they come to hurt and stop their opponents. They're not they're not happy with outpointing them. They're not happy with barely dominating a fighter a la Mayweather. They're seeking blood. They want destruction. And since the first round, Spence, and I'll always say this every time I watch Spence, I cringe because I imagine me taking those body shots, and I put my elbow on my stomach. I'm like, ugh, nasty, nasty body shots since the first round. And I thought that Spence or Peterson would last about 10 rounds and then the fight would get stopped, but I was 2 rounds off. But Spence, man, he is so composed in there. Lamont threw some bombs. He was throwing some bombs in there. He hit him with a couple big right hands, and Spence just took him. He smiled and just kept coming forward. He cuts the ring off. He throws good combinations. He is a banger. His body shots are incredible. Yeah, Spence is a special fighter. First order of business, let's get him in the ring again ASAP. As soon as possible. Let's stay active, baby. Let's stay active. People want to blame it on Al Heyman. People want to say, oh, Al Heyman fighters aren't the only ones that aren't staying active, and that's true. I don't care why. Let's get Errol Spence in the ring ASAP. Let's get him in the ring again in April, in May. Please fight. If he could fight 3 times this year, that'd be awesome. Thurman's gonna fight in April, and he's probably not gonna fight again this year. But if he does, we could Errol Spence could fight in April or May, and then fight Thurman in November, September, December. Let's make that happen. And guess who wasn't there? Sometime, as Errol Spence called him, sometime Keith Thurman was not there. He was not there to come up to the ring, say, "I want you. I want your belt. I'm a two belt holding champion. I want to fight you. I want all the belts." No. No sign of Keith. No sign of sometime. As I said, he's a diva. Keith is a diva now with this fake little elbow injury. Fought only once last year. But hey, Sean Porter was there, and he said he wants to get in the ring by April, May. Hey, I know someone that's down to fight Errol. I know someone that'll fight Spence. That's a dog fight. That's a good ass fight. I love me some Sean Porter, even more than Spence. But that would be a dog fight. If Spence could stop Porter, that would be impressive. But first order of business, get him back in the ring ASAP, and I want to see him unify the belts. I want to see him fight Keith Thurman, and eventually, Crawford's moving up. I think he's scheduled to fight Horn. So if he beats Horn, we could have an undisputed champion eventually. We could have it. We could have an undisputed champion by next year. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? We can. No, in boxing we probably won't, but we should. We should have an undisputed champion at welterweight by 2019. By the middle of 2019, we should get an undisputed champion, Spence versus Crawford. And I'll tell you guys what. I'm from California. I would travel across the country wherever this fight's taking place, and I will attend it. I will support this fight as much as I can. I want to see this fight. If it's in the Barclays Center, if it's in Madison Square Garden, if it's in Dallas Cowboys Stadium, AT&T Stadium, I'll go watch it. Let's make that fight eventually. That's a super fight in the making. Let's get it. Let's get it. I want to see that fight. Because Errol Spence and Bud are the truth. Thanks everybody for watching. Peace.